This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Oh, yeah. So you probably want to get yours up a little bit closer.
Okay.
You can grab just...
All right.
Yeah.
And co-host Marnie Winfield.
I got nothing.
Well, let's talk recovery.
Are we supposed to finish that sentence or something?
No. It is the 23rd of September. Here we are. Yeah. Hi. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name's Marnie Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast from the home studio. Feels good to be home doing a podcast on a Saturday night. The last few days I've been traveling. Mm-hmm. A lot of trips to Petoskey.
You've been training fool.
Yeah. One was a facilitator meeting training. So you can facilitate not just like AA meetings and AA meetings, but like just groups. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be great for people who actually work in, say, treatment centers and they have to run groups. Mm-hmm. It would be super, super duper helpful for that. Because it just kind of helps you transition and helps you kind of relax and just some tricks. 2 days worth of those. That was Monday and Tuesday. And then recovery storytelling. That was on Thursday and Friday. And I took Adam with me. And he was pretty excited. If you don't know Adam, he's, I don't want to say shy. And not a lot of people are comfortable talking in groups. So he's probably normal.
Right.
That's probably the normal person thing. But he was really looking forward to it. And, in recovery, being vulnerable and allowing yourself to experience things that you normally wouldn't is a good thing. And he had texted me before he left. He's like, I'm really looking forward to this. And, kind of stepping outside my comfort zone a little bit. I don't know if he worded it like that, but.
Right.
I was proud that he was kind of taking that approach to it because he could have done the other thing and been like, man, this is going to suck. I'm afraid. I'm scared. And then it would have sucked and he would have been afraid. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he went and he opened up and yeah, it was good. And it wasn't what a lot of people were thinking it was going to be. When you think recovery storytelling, you think, oh, okay, I'm going to learn how to tell my story. Mm-hmm. Right. It's more about telling a story, not your life story.
Okay.
And we have probably 1,000 stories in there, that you can just focus on and really tell that one well.
Sure.
And we're going to have an event in October. And I think this would be a perfect thing for that. Instead of having like just 2 people get up there and tell their story, whatever, to have like 10 people just tell one little story, for 3 to 5 minutes. And I told you the other day that I was going to tell you my story and you're like, oh, maybe we should do it on the podcast. And you wanted to do a podcast yesterday. And I was like, nah, it's all right. Mm-hmm. So I figured we would tell it today at some point on this very podcast.
Okay.
So don't go anywhere yet. Keep listening. You can hear my story. But I told it at the thing and I thought I did all right. It's funny when you break down one story over 2 days and like retelling it. And Meghann Perry is the name of the woman who does this. And I guess she has groups online. I recommend taking it. Try it out. But to tell the story, to dissect the story, to find the point of the story, like what's the most meaningful to you and all the crap that you can leave out of the story that's not important, because you and I both know, honey, when we go to meetings sometimes and it's like a speaker meeting, you just look around the room and like 90% of the people are just off in la la land. Mm-hmm. Now someone can say, Corey, that's very disrespectful. You say that, man, nobody's like that. Okay, you're the 10%, but the rest, man, are like, okay, I've heard this before. Like if I were just to spill it like, oh, I was a bad alcoholic and I used to drink like half gallons and blah, 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 blah. You're yawning right now.
Right.
Like people, we get it. Like you're here for a reason. We understand that. Like tell me some positive stuff, like give me something good. How'd you do it? That's what I would want to know. Like when I had 3 months clean and I'd see someone talk, I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. What's the trick, bro? I thought there was a trick to it. There's a secret that I'm missing out on. Like, what is it? What's going on? That's what I wanted to know. So I think if more people took this training and actually told their stories and, you could have the same people back every week, every month. there'd be a different story. You know, because like I said, we have thousands of them.
Yeah.
Like we could, like we do a theme. Like I give the guys on the blogs that we have, 217recovery.com. Yeah, they're forced to do that. They're for at least one of them. I give them a theme, and they have to, you know, abide by it, and they're starting to have fun with it. I think, maybe not. I don't know, but I think it's opening their minds and again letting them be vulnerable.
I think they're doing a great job with them.
I think so.
Yeah. And maybe some are, I mean, anytime it's an assignment, there's a little bit of resentment that comes along with it because it's like not your idea to have to do it. But at the same time, I think that it's a positive kind of pressure. I guess I don't want to say pressure. That's not encouragement to step outside their comfort zone and try something different. And I think they're doing a great job with it.
Yeah, and when I think when I tell them, hey, good blog or great blog, or I usually tell them with how many stars I rate them, and then I leave a little GIF. But sometimes I'll see like Adam or Mitch and be like, man, that was a good blog, you know, and I'm sure that feels good to them. You know, I know Mitch puts his heart and soul into it, and Adam, he takes a lot of time too, and really kind of dissects it, and you know, it's really good. So, you know, the reward there is, yeah, sure. They're like, oh, I got to do that stupid blog, you know, but I think it feels good when they put a product out there that is good, and they're proud to show it to their girlfriends or, you know, their kids or their moms or whoever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a good thing, but I'll have to get the other guys in to take the training too, I think.
Yeah.
At some point. What's up with you?
Nothing, just enjoying my weekend. It's nice. We had our first family visitor. Well, actually my mom has seen the house, but family visit where we've actually been able to show our house like in decent shape. Like for the most part, it's put together. And so that was kind of a moment for me that like it was a real feel good moment, you know, like we have our home, like it's like things are put away out of boxes and you know, for the most part 98% put away, I would say. And it feels like home. And I think that was just it was just for me as a reflection of like how far we've come. And you know, I love your Aunt Barb and Uncle Rob, and you know, we had a great dinner with them and had some laughs. And yeah, so did a little shopping, got a frame for my diploma, which is awesome. So I'm gonna put that in my offices, plural.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Barb and Uncle Rob were great, and they gave us a card and a little gift inside, and it was awesome. You know, now we have a welcome home card on the new fridge, you know, which if we keep, who knows, but that's a whole nother story. We'll get to that after Ashley Furniture, which is not going to be on this podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But no, and it's cool, you know, to see that welcome home. You know, it was a cool card, and it's fun to have that kind of stuff, you know, and to have our first family that's from out of town, I guess you could say, to stop by and see it. And of course, my mom's probably like, should have been me. Hey,
well, anyone's welcome.
Yeah, and
to come
you know,
visit.
Mom, I think you're dealing with other stuff right now, so like,
yeah,
you know, is what it is. Maybe we'll see you before Thanksgiving. Wink, wink. I don't think I'm spoiling too much there, but
probably not.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not. But the family time that we get to spend with people now, and to be available, to not be just a drunk mess. We'd be dead, first of all. If we were still drinking, you and I would both be dead.
Oh yeah, easy.
But to be still alive and to be available for people when they do come around, or, you know, I don't know. It's a great feeling to be present and to enjoy stories and laughs with people. And white bitch. That's sorry, I had to say that because my Aunt Barb does listen to this podcast a lot, and that story was funny. She was talking about she was in Philadelphia, and the homeless people would just yell out, white bitch. And she was like, they weren't talking to me, but Then this other guy was just like, bitch. And she's like, what is going on with this? Like, the city just yells bitch to people? Like, so that's what the white bitch came from. I should have had her say it. We should have had her record, because that's what was funny. After she told that story, Uncle Rob starts laughing, and he's like, yeah, that's what they want on the podcast.
Yeah.
Stories like that.
Right.
I was like, yeah, it is.
For sure.
But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It really is. So, you want to talk about anything else? You want to get into the story?
I'm on pins and needles here.
Okay, I have to take a drink of my Powerade.
Okay.
My blue Powerade. I can't read the name of it right now.
It's like berry blue.
Mixed Berry Powerade Zero. This podcast is brought to you by them until they pay me to stop saying their name.
Pay you to stop saying it?
Mm-hmm. Like, we don't want to be associated with that. Powerade Zero. Good. Okay. So, the story is supposed to be between 3 and 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to time it?
No, I mean, you can if you want, but I don't think you have to.
Okay. Well, I won't.
Oh, I'm so nervous now in front of everybody telling the story.
Everybody, nobody.
Okay.
Everybody but nobody right now at this very second.
Are you timing it?
I'm going to, just to get an idea.
In the fall of 2018, the first snow was on November 30th. I'm outside my apartment complex with my pajama pants on and a t-shirt, and I'm looking at this cop. He has this confused look on his face. And then I tell him, well, you can't arrest me. You can't take me to jail. 5 days later, when I'm released from jail, I go back to my bachelor pad. I walk in, and on the counter is an unopened half-gallon of alcohol that I start to drink. And when I start to drink it, doesn't take me long, but I see the Brady Bunch in my living room. And I remember from multiple times going to the ER for withdrawals, they'd always ask me, have you ever hallucinated? And my smart ass response to them is always, how would I know? And they would tell me, you would know if you're hallucinating. So I see the Brady Bunch, and I know I'm hallucinating. I know they're not there. And I remember thinking, wow, that's kind of crazy. I have the Brady Bunch in my apartment. And that's the last thing I remember until my phone was buzzing because my mom had texted me. As I read the message, it says, Corey, when are you going to pay your rent? And I replied, I'm going to pay it on Monday. The next thing she wrote was, honey, it's Wednesday. And when she said that, I could feel the sick in my body. I could feel the alcohol in my body. And I rolled over and looked at my door to my bedroom, and I could see the door handle was through the drywall, like I had stumbled into it or something. I look down on the floor. As I get out of bed, and I see about 6 or 7 empty half gallons. And I'm stumbling my way through the hallway. I get to the kitchen. I see this blue mixing bowl. And in it is an open package of cream cheese. And I had put cocoa mix on top of it. And the hand mixer was out next to it. I don't know what I was trying to make, but I was glad that I didn't turn on the oven. That's the moment I realized that I had just lost 4 days and don't remember anything. And that I had blacked out. And maybe I did drive. Maybe I did almost kill somebody. So I decided then that I was going to just do what the court wanted before I was thinking about fighting charges and stuff like that. So I get sentenced, year probation, and they said I had to do whatever the drug support place wanted me to do, Riverwood and Benton Harbor. Suggested I go 90 days to a year. And I found a place that had 90 days and thought that would be great because, I had stuff to do. I didn't want to go a year. Before I left, a recovery coach grabbed me and pulled me in his office and said, Corey, what's it going to take? And I started to spew the normal, well, once I get married and have kids, and he stopped me, which looking back now, I just would have been a drunk father, drunk husband. But he told me to shut up. He said, shut up, Corey. I don't want you to tell that to me. You need to tell that to yourself. And you have a long bus ride to northern Michigan. So think about that. What do you put above alcohol? And I'm on the bus just struggling, thinking about it. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I told my mom I'm never drinking again. My sister, family, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I get to treatment, and I'm trying to learn about myself. And I'm laying in bed still thinking about this. Like, what do I put above alcohol? And I'm laying in bed, and it hits me. When I was on the radio back in my radio career, my early 20s, I had heard a commercial that I had done, and I was so drunk in that commercial, I was so embarrassed that I drove back to the station as quick as I could, and I redid it, knowing that tens and thousands of people have heard that commercial already. I don't know how many times. And just that fear of losing my job and the embarrassment of being that drunk. So I swore to myself I would never drink on the air again. So that's one thing I put above alcohol. And people have been telling me, Corey, you need to start a podcast. But I was clueless on what to do it on. And I started thinking that I need to do it on my recovery, which is also very scary because I was hiding it, I thought. I was hiding my addiction to alcohol. But I did. I started the podcast. And I had no idea it was going to be so freeing. It was just like kicking the doors off of it, like coming out saying, boom, I'm in recovery. You can judge me for my past, but I don't live there anymore. And I'm moving forward. And then I realized too that by doing this podcast and by talking about being in recovery and how life is getting better, but not every day is the greatest, but that's a great way for me to move forward and help other people at the same time.
That was great.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I don't know. It wasn't, I think I told it
6 minutes.
Yeah, I told it better the other day. I did it in, I think, 3.5. But that's crazy because you start to remember a little bit more and you tell a little bit more.
Well, I think if it sounds so scripted that you lose people and then you trip over yourself trying to remember the exact way you wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
And that can screw things up too.
Yeah.
But
there was some stuff I could have took out. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing we did though.
But it's your story. And to you, those little details, I think, make it unique and important. And
you're also my wife. So, I mean, but you get the point of that. You know what I'm saying though?
I'm just saying if somebody else would have told their story and it was 6 minutes instead of 5, I could have left some other stuff out. The stories are great when you kept my attention the whole time. Mm-hmm. I've heard it many, many times, but this is the most organized you've ever told it.
Yeah.
So.
But it makes a difference.
So thank you. What was her name?
Meghann Perry.
Thank you, Meghann Perry. Thank you, Meghann Perry. We've been waiting for you for years now.
No, they were like, oh, you did a good job. But they told everybody that, and I was like, okay. But yeah, I think I was more on point. But I had just told it 100 times. And then we had to do it with the 3 minutes and then 2 minutes and then 1 minute, and then you had to it was very crazy and cool how you really dissect the story, and make it on point. Mm-hmm. And, if we had 10 people telling even 6-minute stories, that's a good hour to fill. And I would rather see that than one guy just up there just talking sometimes. Now, want me telling another story?
No, I just got up too early.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just end the podcast with a story then, huh? Do you want to tell one?
No, I don't.
Oh, we should work on one.
I didn't go to a training.
Oh, you can take it online.
I can?
Yeah. Yeah, Meghann Perry. Check it out.
I might.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. I guess we'll get off it. We're going to do a fantasy football podcast one day. Podcast.
I mean, like during fantasy football, like during the games or what?
No, like before them. But see, we're so intrigued. At least I am. I'm like watching stuff and trying to do other stuff that I think I'd be too busy to try to do a podcast.
So, like, my number one pick is out for the season.
Yeah, Nick Chubb. Dang.
Yeah. So it just goes to show you all that, like, planning and figuring out you do. Sometimes it don't mean nothing.
It's not funny though. It's not. And then I kind of felt bad because of what I did to you, because then Nick Chubb being out, I was like, I'm gonna get his back up. I'm gonna spend all my fab money on it. And you were like, what? Because then you realized you had to spend all your fab money.
Yeah.
So I kind of bullied you into spending all your fab money. But if you didn't spend all your fab money, I was going to spend all mine.
Yeah.
I guarantee I was going to 100%.
I needed him.
Because I haven't played you yet. And I was like, yeah, I'd rather play you without a running back. I mean, that's how cutthroat it is, man.
Jeez, you do take it seriously.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, and that's cracks me up because people are grabbing Kareem Hunt. If you know football, you know what I'm talking about, man. Like the dude, there's a reason why he wasn't on a team. And he's all like, I was waiting for the right moment. No, you signed with the same team that cut you, dude. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. So I think the Ford guy's the way to go with that. So that's my fantasy advice. There you go. There's my fantasy football podcast advice.
Yep.
Go with Ford. Run him this week. I don't care if he's playing against Tennessee, which a normal fantasy football show would know this. But we're not planning it. It's not like my story.
Yeah.
So yeah, that, and then start Goff against Atlanta. Start Kyle Pitts, Tyrone. This is the week because I think Tyrone benched him. But this is the week for Kyle Pitts. Trust me.
Yeah, so you got lots of little tips.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you get from me. Well, maybe I'll just do three tips.
Okay.
Just the 3 tips.
Got it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. 217recovery.com. We have tickets to see the Ancient Aliens show, which I don't know if this is it says it's 2022, but there's like a new segment or new season or something. I guess it's not new, but something that we stumbled upon on Hulu, I think. But anyway.
Ancient astronaut theorists. Did I say that right?
They call themselves something like that.
That's what they call themselves in
Ancient
this show.
Alien or Alien. No, I don't know. But it's really cool. And I got to start looking up some of the stuff they're saying, because I've read reviews and people are like, oh, no, man, they're just making that shit up. But there's some documents that they've shown where the government's like, yep, we got bodies. We've got aircraft that we have picked up and taken, and it's not from this earth. And I got to start looking for those documents and like start actually searching for them. Because some people are like, oh, it's a TV show. It's fiction. I'm like,
so is this show going to be you watching the panel?
Yes. There's details on what's going on at 217recovery.com. Just go to there, go to the contest page and scroll down.
Okay.
And you can actually click the link to buy tickets. And I think there's more details.
Okay.
But last time I checked, there wasn't a lot of tickets left to buy.
Right.
So, feel free, like I said, sign up online. Maybe you'll win a pair.
And it's in Kalamazoo?
Yep, Kalamazoo State Theater.
Okay. What date?
November 3rd.
Got it.
Be there.
How fun.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Porchapalooza this Friday, and we're going to have a box that's going to say, enter to win tickets.
Yeah.
So people can sign up there as well.
And we sponsored the Sober Eats truck for this particular event.
Yeah, if you're in the Traverse City area or you just want to make a trip up, hang out with some people in recovery, that's cool too. That's
free tacos.
Hell yeah. There's going to be games. There's a bunch of meetings. Like there's a meeting like every hour on the hour.
Mm-hmm. Yard games.
Mm-hmm.
Cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have in Euchre this year.
I didn't see it on there.
Yeah. They might not.
But it'll be fun. Come say hi to us. We're going to be podcasting from there.
Yeah.
I know Adam, Tyrone, and myself. I think Justin has to take somebody to treatment that day.
Mm-hmm.
And Mitch is taking somebody to an appointment with the law people.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Well, we will be there though.
We'll be there. Yeah, come by and see us. Addiction Treatment Services. It's 1010 South Garfield Avenue, like 10 to 4.
Yep.
And sign up, Ancient Aliens, man.
Awesome.
Which, yeah, today Adam told me it was the end of the world or something. Somebody was saying.
I don't know.
I can't keep up, but I'm glad that it wasn't.
Me too.
Because we get to watch football tomorrow.
All right.
Anyway.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Win a bunch of free shit from 217 Recovery. Go to the app or the website, 217recovery.com.